Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm AJ Grossman, divorce lawyer and certified family mediator with Leapfrog Divorce. Thank you for joining me today. You know, I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and this particular friend is important in my life. And he was asking me, how did you come up with the name Leapfrog Divorce? And you know what? I get that question from time to time, and I love that question because the answer gives you some insight into who I am as a person. And he suggested that I make a video explaining how I came up with the name. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So there are basically four reasons or purposes for the name Leapfrog Divorce. First is I can remember when I was getting my undergraduate degree at San Jose State University in business administration. And I was in one of my business courses, and we were discussing different strategies for implementing new products or new services. And the term leapfrogging came up. Basically what it is when you leapfrog, you do what your competitors are doing. So in my case, that would be other divorce lawyers. And you take what they're doing and you do it better, cheaper, faster, higher quality, with more value, whatever it may be. So taking what's out in the marketplace and doing it better. And that was my whole thought process behind starting Leapfrog Divorce. Was I wanted to help divorce clients and paternity clients by doing the services that they expect and providing the services that they need to help them reach a goal. But I wanted to do it in a different way. I wanted to do it in a better way, a more efficient way, a higher quality way. And so that was reason number one. Reason number two is I can remember as a child, I was fascinated by frogs. I had frog piggy banks. I had frog Christmas tree ornaments. I had frog figurines, stuffed animals, you name it. I was fascinated by frogs. So frogs have always had a special place in my heart. And so that was reason number two. Reason number three is that here in my local legal marketplace, we have a plethora or a multitude of law firms with what I would call pretty standard stereotypical names like the Orlando Law Firm or the Men's Divorce Law Firm or the last name of the attorney like Smith Law or Smith Legal or the Divorce Lawyers or something along those lines. And I really wanted something different. You know, I've talked in other videos about how I'm very different from many of my colleagues, other divorce lawyers. And so I wanted my firm's name to be different. And so combining Leapfrog Divorce with a logo of a happy, colorful tree frog, almost waving at you like this, I thought, wow, that's catchy. I like that. It's gonna people are gonna be talking about it. People are gonna be curious. They're gonna want to know more. And so that was the third reason. And the fourth reason, I think maybe I like this one the most. So I took a sheet of paper, an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I filled up both sides, just brainstorming firm names, all different kinds of names. And Leapfrog Divorce was one of the names on that list. I think it was on the back, buried in the middle somewhere of that entire list. And I handed the sheet of paper to my wife and I said, could you do me a favor? Could you look through the list on both sides of this sheet of paper and tell me quickly which name jumps out to you first, or which name leaps off the page to you first? And I remember she went through it really quickly and she said, oh, it has to be Leapfrog Divorce. That's it. That's the name. and so I said, okay, that's it. So there's four reasons of how I came up with Leapfrog Divorce. Again, it's it's not just a name. It's really a part of what I've tried to create with Leapfrog Divorce as a business, as a firm, as a place where people can get high quality help for solving their divorce and paternity legal problems. So it's all intertwined. It's all wrapped together. It's not just a name. And I hope that you find that maybe interesting or useful. At the very least, some insight is into who I am and maybe part of my creative process. So I'm AJ Grossman, divorce lawyer, certified family mediator with Leapfrog Divorce. Be well and have a wonderful day.